Hello, I'm Freezing Inferno, and welcome to Week 2 of the Let's Play Springfest. Today we're playing Canyon Capers, released in 1992 for DOS. This is Zenny's self-professed first game ever. A wonderful title. Now, if you have no idea who Zenny is or what this competition is all about, I suggest you check the thread in the description. Right, well, first question. Does this game rip off Dynamite Heady's music? The answer is no. I couldn't get the sound to work on this, so in lieu of that, I just added in my own soundtrack of video gamey tunes that I like. Which is actually fitting. Hear me out here. When I was a youngin' playing DOS games on my computer, sometimes I couldn't get the sound to work on them, so I just said the heck with it. I would put on a CD in my stereo, just play whatever hip music I was into at the time, and play some old shareware games. It was really rad. I liked it. So the achievements this week are, well, nothing that I have to go out of my way to get, really, so you can check them out in the thread if you like. It's nothing run-altering like last week with Super C. I had to point out all the places where it became a problem. Now, Canyon Capers is actually a very simple game. You're a Cabbage Patch Kid in armor, and you flip around avoiding enemies, collecting gems. And you get up to the top of the level. That's the game. And you know what? It's fun. It's simple, but it's fun. I mean, I'm having a good time here. This is one of the more fun games I've played for an LP Olympic competition thing. It hasn't really required much extensive practice on my part. It's just simple and fun. Sometimes that's just what you need. If I have one complaint, it's that the hit detection seems a bit off. Now, if I did have sound, I'd be able to hear when I was getting hit, but these snakes, it's really hard to flip over them, I find. But you do have ways to avoid taking damage. You start each level off with this spinny shield thing, and when you get the big golden idol at the end of the level, you get a spinny shield too, and sometimes you can use that to your advantage. Just climb up one side of a level, get the shield, and then drop down the other side right fast and just get everything while avoiding damage. It's, well, you can plot it out a little like that. It's good. So this is Zenny's first game. Well, as far as first games go, it's really not that bad. I still remember the first game I ever played, or rather the first game I can remember playing. And much like Decoy, I'm an old bastard, because it was an Atari game. Specifically Freeway, which in my 4-year-old state I called the Why Did the Chicken Cross the Road game, because that's literally all you did, to the best of my recollection, because I haven't played this game in over 20 years. Don't know why. But in my head it kind of sounds like a ripoff of Frogger, because you're a chicken, you're trying to cross the road, there are cars going back and forth, so sounds like Frogger to me. Sounds like Frogger. Maybe not quite. I should really give that a shot, yeah. It wasn't even my Atari. It was my siblings, my older brother and sister. They owned the thing. Because I guess they got it. They're like way older than me, like 10 years older than me. And I guess they had it when they were kids. See, I was born right around the time the NES actually came out. So I didn't have it around like the late 80s because I was kind of an infant and toddler. So I didn't get NES until Christmas of 1990. Yeah, rang in those 90s, baby. And I actually know people who were born in 1990. I talk good with them, and it's weird because I can actively remember being alive in 1990, excited about getting an NES. And well, we all know where that went. NES became SNES, and then that became LPs eventually, and well, here we are. Playing this video game for the internet. It's actually a really obscure video game, and I know I like to say, oh, this is obscure, that's obscure, but it's so obscure that videos of this game did not exist on YouTube until Zenny started this competition. Like, wow, I can't believe that there's something that obscure that even YouTube hasn't covered yet, but man, I'm blazing a trail here. If some other person besides Zenny remembers this game, and looks it up and sees this video, well, hi, this is the game you remember as a kid. I'm collecting a bunch of stuff. This is an achievement. Get all the things. It's pretty simple. You just climb up and get all the candy and presents. That's about it. But here's where the game starts getting tricky. Because we've cleared the underworld, which is World 1. According to the thing, there's like 4 or 5 worlds, but SeaWorld! I've actually been to SeaWorld. An orca whale splashed me and my mom once. Coincidentally, this was around, I think, 1990. Everything comes back to me being 5 years old. Oh, there is just so much shit coming at you in SeaWorld. You've got the angry fish, you've got these bubbles, you've got shellfish, you've got those weird... I don't even know what those things are, those triangle things that go back and forth. Ah, torpedo fish or something. I don't even know what to call them. Oh, and that life meter there, that's not like a Zelda thing where you got 3 hearts. Those are lives, and if a heart drains, you're dead. So that's why we want to get this thing and increase our heart power, our life gauge, our thing that keeps us from dying. Well, that's a real problem because we've got angry fish swooping in on us at every turn. And we got bubbles coming up. The bubbles will hurt you too, so you've got lots to deal with already. It's... wow. I don't know if Zenny beat this as a kid, but man, it's certainly giving me some opposition, and... I'm not sure what got me there, the bubble or the drippy bits, but... luckily, it's kind of like Bonk's Adventure. You just sort of conk out right there, and then you come back exactly where you were standing. So, it's gracious like that. And I've beaten 2-1 of SeaWorld anyway, so... that's good. These levels get really cluttered, and Cabbage Patch Kid here is kind of slow. And his jumps are weird. The jumping is kind of weird too. Not so much the jumping, but the landing on platforms. A lot of people are pointing this out, but you really got to be precise about it. You can't just land on the edge. You got to sort of really land on there for it to count. You've seen it a couple times already in the bonus stages. Like, it's really kind of hard to describe, but it's there. And now, with Angry Fish, we've also got Happy Fish. And all the fish love Cabbage Patch Boy here. Dino Jr. I'm just gonna call him Cabbage Patch Kid. Because I can. I like it. This game isn't made by Coleco, though. No, they didn't make no Canyon Cabbage Patch Caper. That'd be a fun game. Cabbage Patch Kid Canyon Caper. But actually, Zenny was telling me about a thing where this game was retooled as Huckleberry Hound and Hollywood Capers or something. And he showed me a video. It's exactly this, except instead of Cabbage Patch Kid, you're Huckleberry Hound. Like, everything else the same, but Huckleberry Hound flipping around. And it came out like a year after this, Canyon Capers. It's funny because I found Huckleberry Hound and Hollywood Capers on Abandonia, because this sparked an interest in me playing old DOS games. Because, you know, nostalgia and whatnot. I found Huckleberry Hound, but I did not see Canyon Capers. Kind of sad that the corporate shill has overtaken Zenny's beloved childhood memory first game ever. Of course, my childhood memory was probably already a ripoff of something, if Freeway is as identical to Frogger as my mind is making it out to be. Oh gosh. There's some weird shit on Abandonia too, let me tell you. Like, I was playing there's ports of like Capcom and Konami games, like, there's ports of Castlevania on DOS, and Ninja Gaiden 2, and I can't believe it, but they're garbage! I really don't understand. I thought, like, computers were more powerful than, like, an NES. But no. Not only did these come out after the NES games, but they're just completely horrible. They sound like shit. They look all weird. It's... holy Christ. Can't believe how badly they fucked up the porting on it. It's just terrible. Huh. And then there's Ghosts and Goblins, which is just really kind of weird. But I loved DOS. I loved DOS as a child. Playing all those shareware games. It's just... Now, shareware, there's a wonderful concept. Hey, you can play like a third of this game for free, and if you want to play the rest, send your money, and we'll send you a floppy disk in the mail. You wouldn't get away with that kind of thing today. They don't give you a third of a game for free anymore. The times have changed. And thankfully, we're nearly out of SeaWorld now. Just gotta deal with these hoppy guys and all these fish. I'll be happy to be out of SeaWorld because I don't really like it. I mean, I liked the actual SeaWorld. I liked that when I was there 20-odd years ago, but not so much this one. Even though this level here is really actually way simpler. Like, there's hardly any shit coming at you. And they even give you the little statue here right away. Just get up there. I really should have gone there first and gotten the one that has the spinny shellfish clam guy. But, oh well. Well, this bonus level is slightly more complex, but I think they actually give you more time. It's actually, I think, easier. You can do it faster than the other one. And there's the hit detection button with you. Cabbage Patch Kid flailing his arms wildly as he falls. Cute little guy. Go Cabbage Patch, go. Get all the birthday cake and the candy. It's your birthday! Happy birthday, Cabbage Patch Kid. You are a champ. Man, this kid's gonna get a wicked tummy ache. You can't eat all those fucking apples. Yeah, I think I finished that at about, like, a little faster than I finished bonus level 1. But we're coming to the end of this now. Canyon World is the third world. And it's got a lot of interesting traps. It's got these mice again, who remind me of the mice from Krusty's Funhouse on the NES. It's a fun game. It's kind of like reverse Lemmings. You lead the mice to a goal, but instead of like a door that saves them from death, it's like Homer Simpson and a big machine that kills the mice dead. It's an interesting puzzler. Interesting puzzler, yes. I like that idea. Fun, but I've never actually beaten the goddamn thing. Zenny's beaten this, though. He says it takes, like, half an hour. And I'm, like, halfway through the game already, so I believe him. Oh, I died right before the goddamn heart. That's just nasty. The snake thing coming back to bite me in the ass. Like a rattlesnake. Because they've got a weird hitbox or something. Or if I'm not flipping right. I don't know what it is. Either way, this level introduces some other crazy shit. Vultures! Who are pretty much like angry fish. Yeah, you saw the vultures at the title screen. So, they were foreshadowed. It was foreshadowed that vultures would come at you. Actually, I think they're not as bad as the angry fish, because they look kind of smaller. Speaking of angry fish, those weird torpedo fish things are still here, so I guess they're not fish, because that one is just flying through the air. I thought everything in SeaWorld was supposed to be a fish, but I guess I was wrong. Oh well. Alright, well this is about as far as I'm gonna get. 3-3. That's not bad. And Canyon Capers ain't bad either. Man, check the thread out and grab this game and play it, because it's a fun little way to kill a few minutes. I like it. It's one of the most fun little games I've played for one of these things, as I said. Like, there's no complex, oh god, it's like finally crazily tuned action platforming. You gotta be a master. You just flip around and grab gems. That's all you do. I'm gonna grab all the gems in this stage, and that'll be that for this video. Because I have almost reached 15 minutes here from when I started the game. Alley-oop, and that is that, I do believe. Well, I've been Freezing Inferno. This has been week 2 of the Let's Play Springfest, and I'm really glad I don't have to deal with boulders. So, see you next week.